Welcome to Moon Harbor Extended. Today's issue is Days Errant, Issue 6, Dogfight. On the cover, the team faces off against a giant stuffed Baba Yaga house with legs, and all of the weird dog-stuffed creatures. On the right side, Boo stands, eyes glowing, while Rainer holds his shoulder comfortingly. We turn the page, and our story begins.
I would love to get panels with the four of you guys each making a creature.
Can mine be a snallygaster?
I need to Google what that looks like. Yes, but I want to know what it looks like.
It's like a lizard, dragon, bird thing that breathes venom.
It's from my hometown. Not Cass's hometown, T's hometown.
Oh, that looks absolutely revolting. Absolutely.
I think we have a long moment of Cass staring at the wall of animal options, glaring at the raccoons before they finally are like, all right, I guess I'll make this one. And they grab I think it's like an alligator, and they make an alligator.
I think the panel with Rainer, they finally have chosen one, which is a fireless dragon, one of the wyverns. And they're over there and they're looking through all the clothes and they're like, how many can I have? Can I have all of them? Can I just buy it? I can probably buy the store. Boo! How many clothes can I have?
You can have one on the house.
Okay. So they're going to pick the most sparkly, jumpsuit for this dragon they can find.
Oh, perfect. What's Solar Flare making?
She has taken the fire-breathing dragon. I don't think she completely understands the concept of putting clothes on it. So she either has a naked fire-breathing dragon or Rainer has to pick out clothes for her dragon. These are the only two options.
I love it so much.
So as we get the finishing panels of you guys putting outfits on your various creatures, we see the two birthday parties from earlier at the front of the mall come crashing in, and just Boo putting his face in his hands like, oh my fucking god.
Sorry, did we leave already at this point?
No, that was a panel of you guys over putting the clothes on the creatures and being almost finished with them.
I think I look around at the group and I'm like, all right, time to.
Of course. We got to help Boo.
As you say that, these kids have also started going all over the place. We see them come swarming in in one panel, and then in the next panel, this place is torn to pieces. There's the empty skins thrown all over the place. There's clothes all over the place. It's a hot mess.
Single file, kids. We will not be messing this place up. Boo has worked really hard for this. Now, if we can just go over to the skins, I will help you fill them up with love and joy and the heart of your choice.
I want to off to the side say to Solar Flare, why is it every time we go to the mall we get kicked out or end up working? Why can't we have a normal day?
Rainer, were you trying to provoke?
Yes, the entire kids group.
Go ahead and roll.
Woo! Okay,
I feel like we might be entering battle against a dangerous foe.
let's see how this provoke goes first.
Because the foe is capitalism at this point.
Right?
Okay, they have to choose one. Give me 1 second to reread this. Oh god, I hadn't even seen the overreacting. Yeah, I think we see not all of them overreact because they're not all listening to Rainer. But the ones that do look at you and just immediately go back and start causing chaos with more enthusiasm. And I think in the back we see, not in the back, but in the panel towards the front of the store, we hear an onomatopoeia just crack. Oh yeah, and then Rainer take influence over them.
Over all the kids?
You have influence over some kids from a birthday party at the mall, which I think Max did at one point.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're walking in the noble footsteps of the Rascal King. I'm sure you've heard of him. I'd like to roll my move.
I put in all caps in my character sheet. The kids at the mall.
At the crack, I think I want to look at Solar Flare and be like, Solar Flare, what, did you hear that?
I'm going to be happier if I pretend that I didn't.
I'm going to look around and have, notice that no one else is reacting to the giant crack, and I'm like, So I have very, very strong ears, and there was something just cracked, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm behind a counter, so I can't really leave. Um, uh, can someone check this out for me?
Solarflare like gestures vaguely at Cass when they're like, I'm behind a counter, so I don't leave. Just like an exasperated arm words gesture, like, this is not your job. You do not have to stay here. But she is gonna go investigate.
So the crack was coming from like the front of the store. Where are you going to? Or do you know? Or did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going.
Cool. Are you exiting the store or just staying inside?
If I can't I'm gonna start like in the doorway to see if I can see what the problem was from there, but if I can't, I will deign to take a few steps out.
So as you take a few steps out, you notice on the like glass column that was at the front of the store containing the gigantic Baba Yaga, the glass has started cracking.
God, just big, heavy sigh. And wait, hold on, sorry. Can you describe, is it just like a big fixture and the Baba Yaga is just in there? It's not like a supporting pillar or anything, is it? It's just Baba Yaga in a jar.
Yeah, it's not supportive. It's just like, oh, here's this decorative like circular column, and inside we have a display of a gigantic stuffed creature, and it happens to be a Baba Yaga.
God, what a weird fucking thing to put in the middle of a mall.
Yeah, it's a load bearing Baba Yaga. It's not quite up to code.
God, yeah, nope. I think Solarflare's current mood about all of this is just, this might as well happen. So she just leans back into the store and she's like, pretty sure the witch is loose.
It hasn't like the glass is still there. It hasn't gone down, but it's there's a giant crack.
No, it's just cracking. It's like, so what's the duct tape supply look like back there?
I want to go over to Boo, and I want to be like, so the Baba Yaga might be trying to get out.
He's kind of like in a corner of the store, and he's still got like the broom and the dustpan that he hasn't been able to clean up the ashes yet. And he's got like his head in his hands, and is just like he like almost doesn't hear you.
I'm going to be like, Boo, I just want to verify the Baba Yaga statue is trying to get out. This seems like it should be cause for alarm.
His head comes up from his hands, and his eyes are kind of like not like glowing, but like they're just a lot more vibrant, and he just kind of looks at you and says, I know. And then we hear the crash of the glass coming to shatter.
All right, so never mind the duct tape thing.
I want to roll to charge my burn.
Excellent.
Rainer at this point is trying to corral the kids to the back of the store away from the Baba Yaga.
That's a 12 to charge my burn.
And I think this is a good time to enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team.
Great.
Oh yeah, then you use one. So we have 0 at the moment. Who is the leader in this fight?
Ironically enough, I think it might be Rainer.
Really?
They're the one who brought us in here.
True.
And they're the ones who were like, hey, we're going to stay to help this second group of kids. And they're also doing the civilian handling duty. I feel like I would turn to Rainer and listen to what Rainer said.
My vote was for Solar Flare or Rainer, because I think at this point I'm still just unaware, doing magic tricks for children.
Solar Flare, thoughts?
Sorry, I was trying to find the bit in the handbook about this to see if it would further specify so I could have thoughts.
It's on the peripheral move sheet.
Got it. Thanks. Okay. This did not actually clarify anything anymore for me.
Yeah, the question is, who do you think is the leader right now?
Is this who do I think is the leader, or who would Solar Flare think is the leader?
Solar Flare.
Okay, because I think she's pretty ready to spring in right into the action and take care of this shit herself.
Rainer's also going to think Solar Flare is the leader at this point.
I'll defer to Solar Flare then. We can say Solar Flare is the leader.
Okay,
In
so
obvious combat, yeah, Walla's like gonna follow Solar Flare's lead. She's got 4 arms, twice the punching.
She's got almost twice as many limbs as any other individual member here.
does Solar Flare have influence over every teammate?
I think so.
You have influence over me.
Has it over me?
Yeah. If I have marked everything on my character sheet correctly, I sure do.
Cool. And what's everybody's purpose in the fight?
De-escalate as quickly as possible, keeping the kids safe.
Same.
I want to fucking kick this Baba Yaga's ass.
I'm with Solar Flare, but I definitely want to look cool doing it.
So y'all don't have the same purpose in the fight. Does anybody mistrust the leader or the team?
Nope.
Nope.
Hey.
And do you guys think the team is ill-prepared or off balance?
I think we would have been if this was the first part of the fight, but I don't think we are now.
Okay. So we have 3 team. And so I think we get a panel of the Baba Yaga like at the entrance to the store with like 7 feet tall, the chicken legs, the house on top. And we see like an editor's note, the Baba Yaga, and then like in parentheses at the bottom, controlled by the Vivomancer.
I think the next panel would be Rainer opening up and saying, "The Baba Yaga is controlled by Boo. If we knock him out safely, we might stop this altogether. But if we don't deal with him, this may not be the last thing."
Solar Flare may or may not be physically capable of knocking out a regular human person who isn't trying to fight them safely. So what she does is go, I'm going to hold this thing off, and I'm going to directly engage a threat by trying to stab the Baba Yaga with my spear.
Okay, roll it.
That is... What is my danger? I have too many tabs open. This is no way to live at all.
Tab life, best life.
Hey, that's a 9! I'll take it!
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, pick one.
I'm not gonna complain if team boosts that.
Ooh, can I spend my burn to boost that instead?
Sure.
Solar Flare, can you tell me what the attack looks like so I can figure out how I help?
I think it's... So the Baba Yaga is 7 feet tall, which would be a lot for anyone who is not already Solar Flare. So she doesn't need to fly in so much as jump in, and she knows exactly enough about human biology to know where the vitals are, and enough to know that she can probably stab this thing safely. So she's going in with her spear towards the neck. It's just a jump and a lunge.
From behind Solar Flare in that panel, I think we get like another spear, like a spear made of playing cards, but otherwise like shaped just like Solar Flare's spear, like flying in as well. And I'm gonna use boost to spend a burn to add a +1 to their roll as if I'd spent team.
Awesome. So Solar Flare on a 10 plus, pick 2.
Sick. We're gonna create an opportunity for my allies, and I also am gonna frighten the opposition.
Are you trying to frighten the Baba Yaga or Boo?
You know? Dealer's choice.
Okay. So we see you throwing the spear, and yeah, it lands like dead on in the Baba Yaga, and it stumbles backwards and falls over, and it like looks up at you and is kind of like trying to get back up on these really weird long chicken legs. And so it is on the ground. Chunta, what are you doing?
I think we get a panel of me running and then cards spiraling around me as I'm running. I'd like to charge my burn while I'm running. And
Okay.
then I want to be in costume when I'm out of the running.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll.
That's still terrified the type. 8.
Oh no.
So I'm a mark angry.
Okay.
Yeah, we get a couple panels of me running, the cards swirling around, and then the cards like clear up, and I'm in my full legally not tuxedo mask costume. And I want to run towards the Baba Yaga and just oh sorry, I gotta mark my burn.
Yeah, and also, are you at 5 conditions right now?
4.
Okay, I thought you were at
Because
5.
Cass helped me with the team earlier.
Okay, I was just like, oh boy.
Yeah, and I think I'm not thinking much at this point, so I'm just gonna throw a spray of cards just as weapons. Like I think
Yeah.
they
Roll to directly engage.
Oh right, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Oh
6.
no.
I'll use a spend one of my 3 hold there to boost it up to a 7 for you.
Cool. So pick one. And how are you? Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to say how you're helping if it's a burn. Yeah. So pick one.
What was that, T? Did you say
Oh,
something?
I was just gonna. She's right. I don't have to. I was about to be like, don't I? But I don't. I just supercharge your efforts. So I'm just like, you've got this, Junta.
Yeah, and I think that goes especially for like between you two, since you have a joined and your magic is like connected.
I would like to create an opportunity for my allies.
Excellent. So what does this attack look like? You're just throwing cards at the Baba Yaga?
Yeah, as I'm running towards the Baba Yaga, I just like throw out a spray of cards that slam into it.
So it has gotten up at this point, and the cards slam into it, and it's some of the cards like stick to the Baba Yaga, and it's kind of turning around, like trying to figure out like what the hell is going on, and is getting pretty confused.
Cool. I did not resist or avoid, by the way.
Cool. So like as it's just the house with legs. And so like as it's swinging around trying to like get a grasp on the situation, it just hits you in the head. Can you roll to take a powerful blow?
Can I spend my a second burn to snatch and grab him out of the way before he gets hit in lieu of defending? I can also roll to defend.
Yeah, I think you should roll to defend.
Cool. Defend is superior?
Savior.
Savior. That's not the ideal. That's a 10. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Nice. On a hit, you keep them safe and choose one.
Cool. I'm going to clear a condition.
Smart move.
I'm not angry or not afraid anymore. I'm like,
Cool.
I can take this stuffed animal house thing. And I think we do the same thing where like, I think I flip up the baseball cap, and as I flip it up, it becomes the top hat. And I reach through, grab Chunta, and pull Chunta to me through the hat.
Thanks for the save. I thought that chicken leg was going right in my face.
Raynor is still dealing with the kids. How is this battle affecting the rest of the mall since it has kind of seemingly spilled out into the mall? Like, how are people reacting?
So the Baba Yaga has come it's like in the entrance to the shop. The kids inside are not running around as chaotically. They're like slack jawed, like, wow. Of course, like the adults are freaking out, but the kids are like, this is so cool. And you guys have like some onlookers from outside the shop just being like, what?
So Raynor is definitely attempting to provoke. She's going to basically yell at the kids and the adults and be like, get to the back of the store now.
Roll to provoke.
Okie day. Because she has influence over the kids, will this add a +1 to that or no?
I think that was a different group of kids.
Okay. That was this group of kids.
Okay, so most of them do start to move backwards, but one of the kids trips and ends up right in front of the Baba Yaga as it's stumbling around trying to get its footing. What do you do?
Raynor is going to look at Boo instead of Baba Yaga and be like, I'm so sorry. And they're going to punch their fists together, and that's actually what allows them to henshin. So they do that, and their biosuit appears over them, and they're going to try not to kill Boo when they hit them in the head to knock them out.
Roll to directly engage.
Please no die. Please no die.
Pick 2. 10 plus.
I want to impress, surprise, and take something from them. And take something from them specifically is take them out of the ability that they're using currently to create the Baba Yaga.
So you go and you punch Boo in the face, and he stumbles back against up against the wall and just kind of like holds his head like, ow. And you see the Baba Yaga just like fall down onto the floor, but like Boo is still conscious, and you see his eyes like glance off of you towards elsewhere in the store. And I think Raynor turns to follow that gaze, and several of the stuffed animals, I think particularly the dragons, but there were a few griffins, have flown up and are coming right at you.
Okay. Raynor yells to Solar Flare, "There's still cloth! Burn them!" As they move away from Boo and the kids to drag the dragons towards the rest of the group instead of the kids, to keep them away from the kids and harming other civilians.
Yeah, buddy, let's just start a fire in the middle of this children's store. She's not going to say that, but like, that's the feeling.
We get an editor's note that says
It worked last time. It worked last time.
It's just the panel of Solar Flare's incredulous face. Like, she knows how flammable you fool, you stupid fleshy things are. She did so much research. She can't just set fire. There's so many of them. Instead, I would like to get in between the situation, take my spear, and you know how it has a few different forms, flip it around into a shield, and get in between this situation.
That would be a roll to defend.
Sure would. Let me. Molotov solar flare. Cripes. Rainer is just chasing. Do you guys have something
Problem
shiny Rainer can
solved.
play with?
Problem solved, okay? It may create a
Defend.
different problem, but the current problem is definitely solved.
Cripes defend is plus savior. I think my savior is a big fat 0, but let me make sure. Well, it could be worse, folks. Well, it couldn't really be worse, folks.
I mean, it could.
It could.
That can be bumped up with team.
So, someone send help.
Can it be bumped up with Boost?
I mean, yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like, you've got this solar flare, and then I'm just gonna like wave and cast some magic that direction, and I'll be down to 1 burn left.
Can we get a description of what the magic looks like?
Yeah, I think it could be something cool on the shield.
Ooh, on the shield. I think
Diamonds! Make the shield diamondy.
I think this time what I do is I like reach into the sleeve. There's no sleeve, I'm wearing a vest. I reach into like the pocket of my vest and pull out a ribbon, and I just like toss it, and it keeps like going and going and going. It's one of those like ridiculously long, all tied together ribbons. And I think it wraps around the shield.
I hate to interrupt, but I double checked my character sheet and I have insecure marked. So actually, that was a 4.
Okay, excellent. So that is a failure.
Oh, that's a failure.
Fucking never mind. Sorry about that, folks. Fucking never mind.
It's amazing.
F in the chat, folks.
Oh man, press F to pay respects. So so we get this really cool panel where the solar flare changes the spear into a shield, and that's like several panels of this cool process. And then I think we see like a really impressive panel of solar flare with this shield in front of Raynor. Like, okay, yeah, totally gonna stop this. And so several of the flying animals hit it, but kind of like slide up, and they are coming down at you from above. So roll to take a powerful blow.
All right. I gotta like triple check now and make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, this is rolling plus conditions marked.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's an 11, folks.
Oh boy. So on a 10 plus, you choose 1.
Oh man. Well, fuck. I'm gonna pick 2 from the 7 to 9 list, and I'm gonna mark 2 conditions. I'm gonna mark hopeless and guilty, and I'm gonna give ground the opposition gets an opportunity.
Cool. So we get a panel where these animals just dive bomb solar flare, and I think solar flare goes down for a minute, and as we see that, we see in the background Boo like starting to like get more upright from off of the wall, and he looks at Raynor, and we see in the background, gosh, I'm trying to think of another fun animal. So we see like, oh yes, you do get potential if you
No.
for the rolling to take a powerful blow. No.
You get potential if you succeed that one.
Oh yeah, that you failing to deploy. Yes, you do get potential. If you get a six below, you get potential. So we see in the background from like a pile of skins in a bin, we see a like maybe like 3 foot tall basilisk start like slithering up.
Good choice. I love it.
I think Cass has just recently read Harry Potter. So we see the basilisk coming up, and they're like, everyone turn your eyes away, please. That can burn and turn you into stone. I'm just going to just do this really quick. And I want to make a construct, which can be up to the size of a person, so it's taller than the basilisk. And I'm just going to like drop like a diamond box on top of the basilisk. Like, not trying to hurt it, just trying to pin it in place.
Cool. I think like since it's just risen out of a box, it just fits very nicely on top of it.
Perfect.
And Chunta, what are you up to?
I think looking around this situation, the kids are kind of everywhere, right?
Most of them have gone towards the back wall since Rainer provoked them into doing that.
Okay. I'm going to run towards the kids and yell out, "Cast hat!" Like hold my hand up.
I'm going to throw the hat.
And when they get there, I want to try something that I don't think I've ever done before, which I want to like hold the hat out and try to open it big enough that all the kids can run through and come out inside the mall, like out of this store.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
Can we powers activate that?
I'm totally cool with that.
Cool. So when you and your other half pull your powers, say who takes the lead and who assists, the leader unleashes their powers with your combined freak max +4. The assistant shifts savior down, mundane up.
Cool. So roll to unleash your powers.
How does Cass help?
I think I see you doing it, and I grab the other side of the like what is now expanding into a large portal, and I think I'm just gonna like grab it and like pull it open with you.
Okay, awesome.
But I think you were the leader on this, so you roll with our combined freak. I've got a +2.
I have a 3, so 4.
Cool.
Wait. Oh, I hopeless is the only thing I'm not, so yeah, 4. So 12. I would like to also spend one of my burn for worship. So I think like while this is happening, I'm ripping up this portal, like with the strain of it, I get just a ton of cards building into those big wings on my back and they spread out wide. And I'd just like to awl them all into respect so they'll just go through without arguing if I can.
Yeah, I think you get like some like a brief pause as the kids are just looking at you like, whoa, like they're kids, and then like the couple of adults start like pulling them into the portal like, okay, yes, that is super cool, but let's go.
Abracadabra, but hurry up. And I yell over to Rainer, "Are you okay over there?"
I'm fine. And Rainer is going to look at Solar Flare and be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
"I'm sorry." And Rainer looks at Boo and they're going to try to provoke and be like, "Stop this. You're going to hurt people. This is not okay."
Roll to provoke. Nice. So I think we get a panel where you guys are facing each other, and I think like you get in between Boo and the basilisk, and like we see you guys locking eyes, and
I would say that Rainer's, whenever they yell at Boo, their helmet shifts back because it's like it is nanotech, or yeah, is it nano? I did say it was nanotech, right? And it just like forms back so you can see Rainer's face during that, so you can get the eyes locking.
we see you guys meeting eyes, and previously Boo's eyes had been like a lot more colorful and vivid, and we see them like go back to their normal brown, and we see him just kind of like blink for a bit and just look at you like, what
Rainer is going to walk over to Boo and be like, "You've got to take control of your emotions, man. This got really dangerous." They kind of point around the store, and you can clearly see that Rainer's in the transform suit, looking around at Solar Flare kind of kneeling down on the ground, and Chunta and Cass doing the portal thing, and I'm like, and Rainer's like, "You caused this. We
Boo
can help."
Boo looks around, and he's got one hand on his head, like he looks like he's got a headache, and he's like looking around like he hasn't been seeing this properly. Like, what happened?
I think you lost control there, buddy. Did you know you were a super? And Rainer says that kind of under their breath whenever they say that to Boo.
I mean, I can like bring stuff to life sometimes, but it's always been like little things. I guess I haven't been this stressed.
Rainer's gonna put out their hand and be like, "Well, we're here to help. No more stress." And as they do that, the armor that surrounds their metallic hand kind of peels back to as a this is a real handshake. This is a real helping them up. We can help you.
Are you trying to comfort or support?
I think I am.
Cool. Go ahead and roll it.
I have terrible mundane.
So Boo grabs your hand, and he's got like a as kind of like out of it as he looks right now. He's got like a nice like solid firm handshake, and like he smiles at you a bit. It's just like, cool, okay, thanks.
Rainer wants to look at the rest of the team and be like, okay, it's over. It's over. Let's want to help Boo clean up at least before the cops show up.
I think we see Cass just kind of like collapse a little bit, and I'm going to use my last 2 burn to make a construct, and then just be like animate the construct to just clean the store.
What does the construct look like?
I think it looks like a deck of cards, like a single card standing up with arms, legs, and rabbit ears.
Oh, excellent. It's like that Alice in Wonderland animated style, but with rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I think we get like a series of panels of it just like all over the store cleaning up. Are you guys doing anything while it cleans up?
I'm gonna go over to Solar Flare, make sure Solar Flare's okay.
Solar Flare is not much in the mood for talking. Chunta tries their fucking best, and she's just like, it's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I don't believe you, but I'm not gonna press.
Yeah, well, I didn't ask for your opinion, did I?
Fine. And I'm gonna go start helping clean.
Rainer walks up to after making sure Boo's okay, walks over to Solar Flare and is like, I'm sorry. I was a bit rash there.
Don't. No. You're fine. Make your weird dog. It's fine.
As Solar says that, Rainer holds out the weird dog that Solar was making and hands it to Solar Flare and says, "This is for you."
Just this very tired sigh. She can't figure out which limb she's supposed to be holding it from. She decides on holding it by the fire, and she just kind of, thank you, Rainer.
Squeeze it, please.
She squeezes it.
A voice pops out. It's Rainer's voice says, "You're my best friend."
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh my god. So, she visibly doesn't know what to do with this. And it like takes a second, but she just sort of ruffles Rainer's hair and moves on. Just leaves. Just brings the dragon with her, but leaves.
Yeah, before you leave, let's get a comforter support there.
Oh shit, yeah.
That would be me doing the comforter support.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh no.
Fucking womp. Yup. Nope. You get a head pat and she leaves.
Oh.
So in the panel where we see Solar Flare walking out through the entrance, as she starts passing by, another figure steps into the doorway, and we see the Dark Mark. Who can we get a physical description?
That's on you, Icy.
That's on T.
Oh, is that on T? All right, T, you're up.
The Dark Mark is a superhero, presuming that this is not actually Dark Rider disguised as Dark Mark, which I think we have, that storyline is done now. So this is a superhero. He's like 5'10" or so. Very, very muscular. Wears a dark blue and black, like solid leather, very defined outfit. Very like classic Batman, George Clooney style without the nipples. And always wears a mask and talks like a gruff voice.
So like as we see the panel of the Dark Mark, I think we get it more of a close up with an editor's note, the Dark Mark, and then underneath in parentheses, or Dark Rider ? And we see Dark Mark look down and step over the Baba Yaga. And he's heading over towards Rainer and Boo.
While Dark Mark walks by, I'm gonna like whisper to Cass, like, is that Dark Mark?
Rainer has completely turned their attention to Boo and helping them cope with whatever just happened.
I think Cass like just kind of nods almost imperceptibly and kind of braces for a potential like getting yelled at by an adult hero again.
So Dark Mark moves over and stands next to Raynor and is looking over at Boo. And he says, saw the end of that, handled it well. Saber didn't have anybody they could send, so they called me in. And he holds out his hand towards Boo, who takes it.
Raynor has this look of pure like, what am I supposed to do here on their face?
So Dark Mark looks at Boo and says, You seem like you're not very in control of your powers. Am I right? Boo kind of locks eyes with Raynor and then looks back and is like, "Yeah, I think that's what happened. Why don't we head outside and we can go talk it over at Saber. They have some programs for this."
Raynor's look of complete shock has completely turned to a look of like side eye, like, what is your plan, as a complete distrust of Saber due to what happened with Mom.
You also know that Dark Mark is not part of Saber. Like I think we've mentioned that like he's worked with them occasionally, but he's not part of Saber.
Okay, making sure that was the case. She wants to take Boo's other hand and go, don't go with him. And she looks directly at Dark Mark and goes, I don't trust you.
Is that a provoke or is that a pierce the mask?
That's true. Which one do you feel like it is?
I think that would be a Pierce the Mask.
Well, I think that's both. Are you trying to pierce the mask of Dark Mark or Boo?
Trying to pierce the mask of Dark Mark.
Okay, because I think it's both. You're trying to provoke provoke Boo to stay and pierce Dark Mark's mask. So I think I'm gonna have you roll the provoke first. So Boo looks back and forth between you guys and asks, "But I mean, you just said that my powers were out of control. Do you like what? What do you mean we can't trust them?"
I do. They are, but he's not with Saber.
Roll to pierce the mask.
I'm doing good with these rolls tonight.
Woo!
We still have team, right?
Yeah, we're still at 3 team.
Cool. I think I want to kind of just like magically unleash my senses to like see if there's any like weirdness happening with Dark Mark right now as a like way to like boost that up to a 7.
Okay, so on a 7 and 9, ask 1.
The question would be, what are you really planning? And I think they would say that in character. What are you really doing here, Dark Mark?
So the answer to that is different from what Dark Mark is going to say. So Dark Mark says, I was in the area. I thought I'd drop by and help. Not having control of your powers, people need help with that. I'm here to help. But what he's really planning is he wants to take Boo with him. He saw what he can do.
I want to assess the situation, and due to my mastery of energy fields and energy tech, including morphing powers, could I detect that this character, that Dark Mark, I could detect if Dark Mark is actually Dark Rider because of the morphing grid or the morphing powers attached to them?
The fact that Dark Rider was pretending to be Dark Mark is not public knowledge. Like, I think only the Faces team knows that.
Okay. Would I still be even able to notice that if I was to and like just like kind of look them up and down at all? If this is that person?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that that's
clear,
not
right?
something. Well, yeah, that's clear that isn't something you would try to do, regardless. Like if you were trying to do that because you as a player knows that Dark Rider has masqueraded as Dark Mark.
Right. No, I'm really just kind of wanting to stop him from taking Boo from the scene. I don't know if assess the situation would be correct in this situation. I want to put Raynor between Boo and Dark Mark and be like, you can't take him. We'll call Saber. They can pick him up. Not you.
Raynor, what's your problem? I mean, Dark Mark's a respected hero.
I don't trust him. There's just something off about him.
Boo's clearly out of control, and he needs help.
And I agree, but not from him. Anyone else.
But we all know that Dark Mark takes on proteges sometimes, and he's trained a lot of really brilliant heroes. I think that Boo would be in good hands.
Boo speaks up in the background. He's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of a big fan. I'm freaking out right now."
I think Raynor at this point is going to cede to her team, or to their team, and step aside and, still holding this feeling of this person is not, not telling the truth or, something's off about the situation, but definitely going to step aside.
So Dark Mark watches you walk over and turns back to Boo and says, "You ready to go?" Boo nods, but then his eyes widen and he's just like, "Hold on, let me call my manager." We get a panel of him going to the counter and writing a note and calling his manager, just being like, "I'm so sorry." And I think we see him hold out the phone to Dark Mark, being like, "Please, can you back me up here?" And then eventually we get an editor's note of, trying to think of a way to phrase it, of, "If you can't get a doctor's note, get a note from a superhero." And
Delightful.
Boo waves to you guys as they walk out.
Quick question about my shame. If I come into contact with an entity who has been affected by the darkness, would I be able to feel that? Or would it just have to be overt something being affected by the darkness?
I think you're the one to answer that question.
Okay, and then I would be able to feel that, which would explain why I was untrusting of Dark Mark.
Okay. Do you guys have anything you want from the scene?
I think I'm good here.
I'm good here.
I'm good.
Cool.
Wait, actually, I have one small thing.
Go for it.
I think Cass looks around and is like, "So, should we lock up? Or..."
I want the last panel to be an overhead shot of Cass saying that with the entire group in the shot. And it just being looking down on the store with the card still in the background doing some cleaning work.
Oh, and yeah, also this place is it's the construct has been cleaning, but we've seen just how much of a mess it is. I don't know. Are you guys locking up?
I think it could end on that. I think the whole scene could end there and just be it never be answered if they actually locked up or not.
I'm cool with that. Solar Flare, where did you just leave the mall, or are you hanging out outside?
I may full well just be taking the fucking bus home.
Okay, cool. So I think we get a few panels of the three of you guys leaving the mall. And as you guys head toward the entrance, we see in one panel, you know how a lot of malls have those now screens that will go between ads and showing a map of the store. We see one of them show an ad for the upcoming Sewer Renaissance Fair hosted by the Rat Lords this weekend.
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets, T.B. Huth, and Elliot Peterson, and edited by Anthony Sheets and Sean Geddes. Anthony can be found on Twitter at IcyNewYear or at icynewyear.com. T is a theater artist and educator in the DC area. She can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter or TPHuth94 on Instagram. Elliot can be found at Elliot Elen, ELLIOTYLEN on Twitter. Sean can be found at The Crumpit, THECRUMPIT on Twitter. This issue is GM'd by Elliot Peterson. Voila is played by Anthony Sheets. Velveteen is played by T. Huth. Dr. Akka is played by Kaido Kane. Kaido is a Twitch personality and loves their 3 mischievous cats. You can find them at The Versian on Twitter or as Kaido Kane on twitch.tv. Solar Flare is played by Courtney. You can find her at Andromedam, ANDROMEDAMN on Twitter. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or on Patreon at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. The music in this issue is Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod. A link to his website and the license will be in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice or tell a friend. 5-star reviews and word of mouth are really the best way for us to keep bringing these stories to more people. If you'd like to support us financially, check us out at patreon.com/moonharborheroes. Supporting us there will give you access to bonus issues each month. And thank you for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.